Amid this glorious day of Donald Trump taking office and getting America back on track, and I don't mean to take away from it, but there is bad news that needs to be discussed. Today's lunch alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. The globalization trend is unwinding, and the new system is emerging, centering on gold as the fundamental neutral settlement asset. Geopolitical conflicts, wars, and humanitarian crises are reaching record levels. Today, on the way out of the office, literally hours before he left, Joe Biden issued a slew of pardons, including James Biden, his younger brother, much of his family, and Anthony Fauci, the mad scientist who had a lot to do, I think, with creating and then propagating the COVID virus. Uh, James is the simpler case. Uh, James, who's about 7 or 8 years younger than Joe, fell into deep financial problems and owed a federal tax lien of $500,000 and some other liens. Biden went to Ukraine and gave a speech where he talked about how great a guy named John Hyansky is, and a car dealer in Delaware. And nobody understood why he was doing that. But then shortly after he returned, the federal government granted almost $1 million of loans to Hyansky to develop a car selling business in the Ukraine. Uh, First of all, that was illegal because the agency that did it, the Overseas Private Investment Corporation, OPIC, only is supposed to create jobs in the U.S., not in the Ukraine. But then Hyansky, the guy who got the loan, who's a personal friend of Joe and James Biden, turned around and gave James Biden a $900,000 loan that secured by his dealership that Biden used to pay off his federal tax lien and other obligations he had. So basically, it was a bribe. It was a payoff. Ukraine agreed to let Hyansky open a dealership in its country. The federal government gave Hyansky money to pay for the dealership. And then Hyansky gave $900,000 to James Biden to bail him out of trouble. And today, Joe Biden pardoned James Biden, an outrageous transaction. The other transaction probably has more public policy impact. Anthony Fauci, the scientist who led our response to COVID, has increasingly been on the hot seat as Senator Ron Paul of Kentucky and others have closed in on him with documents that show that his agency in the National Institute of Health lent a great deal of money and granted a great deal of money to the Wuhan lab in China, and that much of the research that led to upgrading the virus so that it would be more lethal on humans and more easily transmissible came with Fauci's approval. The reason for it was that he claimed he needed to develop the virus to be able to develop a counter to it. But the plans were mislaid and the virus leaked, and 6 million people died, including 1 million Americans. And the evidence of Fauci's complicity in that has been mounting. I've been reporting some of it on this channel. And now he's going to be pardoned he's just been pardoned by Biden. So they won't be able to investigate him. If they call him before a committee, he can refuse to testify because of the privilege provided by the pardon. Two pieces of outrage in the closing few minutes of the Biden presidency. Sorry to rain on your parade today, but it was worth talking about. Thanks for watching. Today's lunch alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. The globalization trend is unwinding, and the new system is emerging, centering on gold as the fundamental neutral settlement asset. Geopolitical conflicts, wars, and humanitarian crises are reaching record levels. And the decline in global cooperation, historic debt levels, will fuel gold to at least $3,000 an ounce. Trump is about to take office, and China and other countries are stocking up on gold. Central banks, billionaires, and I am buying gold. I think you might want to consider doing it too. So call the Patriot Gold Group. The Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos. The IRA minimums are $25,000 and $100,000 for the no fee for life IRA. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask for the no fee for life IRA.